Yes, so I'll start with how I met with Mami-Water
Yes.
and Jezebel.
Let's get into this.
Yeah. In the previous documentary, I just want to advise all of you to go back and watch from part 1 to where we are. Then you'll be able to connect the dots and understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
So in the previous documentary, I spoke about how I spoke about Mami-Water, but I did not explain how I met with Mami-Water and why I met with Mami-Water. Yes, so the Marine Kingdom is a world.
Yeah.
And what you have to know is Satan reside, like he lives in the air. That's where he resides.
Yes.
That's where his throne is. And then he works on earth against humanity. But he has a base in the water. That's where his armies are. That's where the demons, the fallen angels, that's where most of the things are done. It's like the headquarters. But he explained to me about his kingdom, how it functions.
Right.
And he told me that in the waters, he has different departments, different beings doing different tasks, but everything is engineered or wired against humanity because they feel that they would be having what we have in case we were not created. So they want to use man against himself. And how they use man against himself? By causing him to sin. Because when man sins, he becomes a slave to sin. Meaning he becomes a slave to the kingdom of darkness. So he decided to open a portal. We were now from seeing Abaddon. Satan opened a portal. And that portal is like a glass had broken the way it looked. So we walked into another world, but in the Marine Kingdom.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything changed from where we were. We were like surrounded with glass. But you would see the water is being held back by the glasses. It's like the glass is a thick wall.
Yeah.
You know, I think there are some people who are also trying to do it to get hotels that are built in the water where you can see things, but the water can't enter. Like it's a glass.
Like it's an underground aquarium.
Yes.
Yes, underwater aquarium where you can see the sharks and fish and the underwater ecosystem.
Yes, all that technology the enemy gives them.
Yeah.
So we entered into that world. And first thing I saw, mirrors everywhere.
Okay.
The next thing I saw, beauty. And then as we moved further, I saw a throne. And on that throne is where Mami-Water sits. Mami-Water, I explained to you, Mami-Water is half a snake and half human. But the beauty is a kind of beauty that can put a person in a trance.
Oh, wow.
Very beautiful. But the snake bit of it, the tail, it like for me, I was not comfortable with it. But now from the waist upward, the beauty and the way she was adorned with gold and red because she has a red tail. So everything she put from waist upward was a mixture of gold and red. And even the crown had some golden pearl. Gold. It was a mixture of gold and red pearls.
Okay.
Yes. So I met with Mami-Water, and then Mami-Water told me that in that department there are two sessions, two parts, like one for the mermen and the other for the mermaids.
Right.
And she told me that in that kingdom where the mermaids are, they are responsible for creating things that we use on a daily basis. That's why we have to pray over everything that we buy, because sometimes you go to a shop, you buy something, you have no idea it's connected to the Marine Kingdom. And there are things you have to know are so beautiful because they know how to win people, how to trap. If it's a trap, it has to be nice looking, you know? So among the things I saw them making or manufacturing, their perfumes. They were manufacturing those perfumes with herbs, but they smell so nice. And the perfumes had names like seduction, temptation, sin. The names are so plain, and some perfumes, where they are designed like in the form of a serpent.
Oh, wow.
Yes, like even where you spray, it's like you're sprayed from a fang, you know. So they were manufacturing perfumes. They were manufacturing lotions, like very good, nice, like smelling lotions. A lotion that will enter a person's skin and they feel addicted to it. If they don't have that lotion, they don't want any lotion.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so they were manufacturing lotions, and those lotions are unique. When they put them in the supermarket, they go.
They're expensive.
They are expensive. but people will buy.
But they don't have to be, because they might create low price ones and high price ones.
Of course, they have to balance because they want to get all types of people.
Yes.
But there are those that are expensive. But even if they're expensive, people will buy because of the result. What they have done is to promote bleaching. So many celebrities have promoted it, and many girls to feel beautiful. They feel their skin has to be lighter than its original skin.
Right.
So they were manufacturing such lotions for bleaching, but the cancer that is there, yes, they will not tell you the cancer. All you see is a bleaching cream that smells very fine and that is effective. But after some time, it starts working on you. So he showed me they were making clothes. Of course, there are so many clothes to a point that I can't say I know everything. But what I saw is they were manufacturing beautiful clothes. And then they were also manufacturing ornaments, like rings. I'm not saying that every ring, every earring, every necklace is from the marine. There are people who manufacture them here, because I even had an auntie who makes earrings and all that. But again, in the kingdom of darkness, they also, because they have access to the pearls, so they make very beautiful ornaments, like
jewelry,
everything.
Right.
Yes. So their dresses made with precious stones, So I was looking at the wealth there, and they make money because the marine kingdom wants to be in control of the finances. When you have the money, everybody else works for you. Everybody, it's easy to enslave everyone. So Mami-Water explained to me that she had children.
Right.
But some of her children are here on land and other children are in the water. Why she did that is to balance, because she wants those on land to be able to help them accomplish their mission. Whatever they want, whatever task they have here on earth, those children of theirs help them to accomplish the missions. Not everyone that we see is 100% human. There are some people that are not 100% human. There are some people that are hybrid. There are people who have entered into covenant with the kingdom of darkness, and they have had children that God forbid us to have. So my mom took me to a single-sex school, and that's where I met that friend that I spoke about in some documentary, who was a sorcerer, and the uncle had initiated him. The uncle of that lady, he had entered into a covenant with the marine kingdom, and he dedicated her there, and she had children in the marine kingdom. This girl, whenever I would go to the beach, I found out that she knew the DJs knew her, and she introduced me to one Kenyan celebrity who is also not 100% human. Yeah, and he's popular, but he's not talented. His music is in the millions of views, but when you listen to his music, it doesn't make sense. People have been hearing of stories of those things at the coast, people that half fish, half human, and they think it's just stories, but these things are real. These beings exist. I think the enemy had wired me to promote the other agenda, the homosexuality agenda. Those days I was like a tomboy. I just started wearing heels and dresses after giving my life to Jesus. They started now taking me to that life of partying, going to clubs. I would see that girl going out with men, coming back, and she would come back and laugh and say, I have killed that one. He doesn't know he's enjoying, he doesn't know he's dead. He's a dead walking person. There are times when people would die. They wake up and find bodies floating on that beach. That is sacrifice. There are portals on Lake Victoria. There is a time, even on that same lake, where a boat capsized and hundreds of people died.
Those are gates.
The girls who are looking for rich men, if you don't know the source of that wealth, then don't be so excited. You might be the sacrifice. And then my mind was not erased. That's what I thank God for, because they have the ability of erasing and either making somebody to lose their mind or to erase what they saw. But God has preserved that knowledge so that he can help his people to escape the traps of the enemy.
The problem is that once you take this thing, you're no longer 100% human. You're a hybrid now.